Hi everyone, James Keach here, one of your PGA professionals from the Taunton and Pickeridge Pro Shop team. And today we're going to have a little look at the importance of cleaning your golf clubs and also how to clean them. So let's get cracking. Okay, so we're going to look today at cleaning our clubs, why we should do it and how we should do it. So let's first of all look at the why. Why is it important to clean our golf clubs? Well, for a few reasons. Reason number one is obviously going to make them look nicer, and I certainly like my clubs to look nice and fresh. Reason number two is it's actually going to give you a performance benefit. Now, the groove's purpose on the club face there is to aid with increasing friction, and that in turn will create and generate spin. Now, how the grooves do this is one real important way is the golf ball in the club face produce maximum friction when there's nothing interfering with that contact. So there's no grass, no moisture between the ball and the club face. Now, if your grooves are nice and empty, they're not full of any dirt, any mud, anything like that, when you hit a shot, when there's potential for creating a lot of debris, the empty grooves there actually funnel, say, moisture, grass into the grooves so that they don't get in the way of the golf ball and the club face contact. Now, if we have grooves that are filled with debris all the way up to the top, and you hit a shot out of the rough with a little bit of wet grass, there's nowhere for that debris to go. It's going to get stuck in between the club face and the ball, and all of a sudden your friction is then, or the amount of friction you generate will be reduced. So remember, if those grooves are empty, you can funnel moisture in there, you can increase the amount of friction you create, in turn spin. If those grooves are full of mud, okay, all of a sudden you're going to run the risk of getting debris in between the ball and the club face, and all of a sudden your friction is going to be greatly reduced, therefore your spin is going to be greatly reduced. And spin isn't just important on wedge shots, it's important with every shot you hit through the bag. So let's take a little look now at how we clean our clubs. Okay, so we'll just want to fill up a bucket or a sink with some nice warm water. Get that nice and warm. Like I say, this will help really just break apart any mud that's kind of caked in there. Add a little bit of soap to that as well. And we're just going to then let them soak in that water for a few minutes. Like I say, get that mud in there just to kind of break apart. And then we'll just want to lay down like a little towel or something just to avoid any sort of flooring getting wet or making too much of a mess, and also just to stop the club heads themselves getting scratched. And really all I like to do is, like I say, I'll take them out of the water one by one, and I'll just get some kind of a damp cloth or a little rag or a wet wipe, and really all I'll do is just work to kind of get the face, like I say, nice and wet, get that little sort of soap in there, and then all I really do is just run through each of the grooves there with my fingers. So I use sort of the tip of the nail there and just go through each and every groove in there just to kind of make sure we get all the mud out. And you can be as precise with this as you want to. Obviously, the more mud you get out, the more then you'll get some performance benefit in terms of kind of channeling the debris away from the golf ball and the club face. And we just kind of really just work through the bag. So I say one iron down and just working through. And like I say, don't forget to sort of do the soles and the cavity of the club as well. Just like I say, just add that little shine, that little bit of sparkle. And then you'll see me here just about to go through the last few of my clubs here. There we go. So I got one more to go. And again, just working through in the nail, getting through each of the grooves there. Just giving them a once over, and you'll start to see just on this little image here the little bits of mud there. It's actually starting to build up. So that's all from the inside of the grooves, all starting to build up there and working its way to the edges. So once that's all done, It's quite simple. Give them a little wipe down once more, and they are ready to hit the golf course. Look at those. Nice and shiny, nice and clean, looking pure, ready for golf.